Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and forth. And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
They called her the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. A daring comparison for a player whose college rivalry had already reached mythic proportions. But in a matchup that was supposed to mark the next chapter of her professional rise, she managed just 4 points. Her biggest rival was hurt, out of the lineup, forced to watch from the bench. What followed wasn't simply an off night. It turned into a public unraveling, so intense it sent shockwaves across the league, revealing a tough, undeniable reality. This isn't the rivalry fans believed in. It's a star's sudden collapse, and you won't believe how fast everything unraveled, changing the direction of women's basketball. To truly understand the downfall, we need to return to where the spark was first lit.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four, and then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living you-know-what at that particular moment in time, and Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this point.
We have a lot of folks that have come to the defense of numerous WNBA players because they were pointing out, like, this has been going on before long and people are not hating on her. It's not about hating on her. It's that you feel she is getting a level of attention that you deserved and you warranted long before she ever came along.
The spark wasn't struck on a professional stage. It was set ablaze in the pressure cooker of college basketball. A quiet tension that exploded into a raging storm during the national championship showdown. One player, with her fearless swagger, deep-range bombs, and trademark on-court celebrations, had already captured national attention, earning both passionate supporters and relentless critics. But it was the other, flashing a bold hand wave and the unforgettable "you can't see me" taunt, who fired back with a viral moment that permanently carved both their names into sports history. This wasn't merely a championship clash. It became a cultural lightning rod, a defining moment that split fan bases and brought simmering tensions to the surface.
Season tipped off this weekend with several marquee matchups on the slate. Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive
Conversations about the white player and the black player quickly started making the rounds, creating a heavy and complicated shadow that was bound to follow them into the professional ranks. That one electric exchange cemented a rivalry that felt inevitable, seemingly destined for dramatic clashes in the WNBA. It promised more than just high-level competition. It offered controversy, gripping storylines, and a narrative powerful enough to elevate the entire sport, pulling in record-breaking audiences along the way.
There were a lot of outstanding basketball because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her, but it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along,
fans, analysts, and commentators alike were all gearing up for the inevitable WNBA clash, anxious to find out which personality and which style of play would rise above the other. But no one, absolutely no one, could have predicted the abrupt, stunning, and completely crushing twist that was about to unfold, threatening to knock one half of this much-hyped rivalry off course before it ever truly got started. The scene had been prepared for a championship-caliber showdown. Instead, what unfolded was a very public collapse.
Second of it. Your thoughts?
Oh, first of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you're losing by 35 points. on opening.
That's true.
Not right. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA.
The WNBA season began with an extraordinary wave of buzz, driven largely by the arrival of these two much-anticipated stars. Longtime supporters and new fans alike prepared for a can't-miss collision. It was billed as a battle of opposing styles and captivating personalities. Then the moment finally came. One of the most hyped early-season matchups featured the Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky. But what unfolded wasn't the thrilling showdown everyone had envisioned. Instead, something went deeply and undeniably off track. One of the league's most heavily discussed rookies turned in a performance so puzzling, so shockingly poor, that it left fans stunned and headlines blazing. Just 4 points. That was all. 4. The number felt almost surreal, like a harsh punchline, a statistical outlier that clashed with every expectation placed on a player of her supposed stature.
I'll elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A, is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
And here's the twist, the detail that sent ripples across the entire basketball world. Her rival, the very player fans were desperate to see her compete against, wasn't even in the game. She was stuck on the sideline, nursing an injury, wrapped up and sipping Gatorade, reduced to watching as a spectator. That meant the spotlight was hers alone. The path was clear. A golden chance stood right in front of her, to rise, to take control, to prove her worth without her rival's towering presence casting a shadow overhead.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark, because when Caitlin taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated, and that's unfortunate because we got some no good ass people.
Instead, she faltered, lost her rhythm, and delivered a masterclass in offensive disappearance. It was a collapse on a massive scale. A single night that immediately reshaped the narrative of her young professional career, leaving fans and analysts staring in shock, asking, what on earth did we just witness? How do you step into a matchup where the headline star is literally on the bench icing her ankle and somehow choose that moment to turn in the worst performance of your career? If it was going to be unforgettable, it certainly wasn't for the right reasons.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
The fallout was immediate and relentless. Stephen A. Smith unleashed a scorching critique, tearing through the hype and questioning how a player celebrated for her swagger and star power could disappear offensively when the spotlight was entirely hers. Every missed shot became evidence in a growing case against her readiness for the pro stage, especially when contrasted with Caitlin Clark, whose impact on the WNBA remains undeniable even when injured, driving ratings, jersey sales, and constant double teams. While one side of the rivalry continues to elevate the league, the other is battling harsh questions about consistency, role confusion, and whether rebounding alone can justify major minutes without meaningful scoring. In a league that demands production over personality, college accolades and confidence mean little without results, and what was once marketed as a defining rivalry is starting to look lopsided. The hype promised fireworks. Instead, it's become a reality check. If she can't translate potential into consistent offensive impact soon, the conversation won't be about rivalry at all. It will be about whether she can keep her footing in a professional arena that has no patience for unfulfilled promise.